tonight on CTV News at 11:30. Tragedy out of Sudbury after a young person is struck by a vehicle. We'll have more on the police investigation. Plus, a severe storm rolls through parts of Mattawa.
It shook me. It scared me, to be honest.
The cleanup of downed trees and debris from the long weekend. And recognizing those on the front lines.
The best moments was making a difference and taking care of people.
The North celebrates Paramedic Services Week.
CTV News at 11:30 with Ian Campbell and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Ian is off. We begin with some sad news out of Sudbury tonight. A young person has died after being struck by a vehicle. Police say it happened shortly after the school day. After the school day ended today at the Palace Place Co-op in Minnow Lake. Eyewitnesses tell CTV News the collision happened during bus drop-offs in front of many families around 3:30. The Greater Sudbury Police Integrated Traffic Safety Unit is currently investigating. Few details are known right now, but police say more information will be released tomorrow morning. Sudbury Mayor Paul Lefebvre expressed his condolences on social media tonight, saying in part, "On behalf of the city of Greater Sudbury, I want to extend my deepest condolences to the child's family, friends, classmates, educators, and everyone impacted by this devastating tragedy." A weekend stabbing in Sault Ste. Marie is now ruled a homicide. The city's first murder of the year happened Saturday evening in the 600 block of McDonald Avenue. Police were notified about a person being stabbed inside a residence. The victim was transported to hospital where they were pronounced dead. Officers arrested a 29-year-old woman, charging her with second-degree murder.
I did speak with some of the detectives in our investigation services area. They have altered some of the information we put out to the public. They are asking anyone that may have information or video in the area of where that incident took place in the 600 block of McDonald Avenue from 9 p.m. Up until 12:30 in the morning on Sunday.
Tips can also be sent to Crime Stoppers or the detective sergeant in charge of the case. The accused remains in custody. She will appear by video May 28th. One person has died and another was seriously hurt after a fatal structure fire early Sunday on a remote island in the Sudbury district. It happened on Little Gabardine Lake, which is accessible by portage from Panache Lake south of Sudbury. Ontario Provincial Police say a 26-year-old person was pronounced dead at the scene and a 27-year-old was taken to hospital with serious injuries. Both individuals are from Sudbury. OPP say due to the remote location, specialized resources were deployed to access the scene and assist with extrication efforts, including the Joint Rescue Coordination Center.
Due to the remote locations, the OPP requested the assistance of JRCC, who utilize their fixed-wing aircraft to get to the location a lot quicker than the OPP resources. At that time, when they attended the scene, they were able to assist the injured parties to bring them to the hospital. Afterwards, the OPP helicopter arrived along with the emergency response team.
The Office of the Fire Marshal confirms it has completed its on-scene investigation of the fatal fire, but no determination has been made in the ongoing investigation. A new change is coming to policing on parts of Manitoulin Island. The Wikwemkong Tribal Police Service is rolling out a pilot project for body-worn cameras on some of its frontline officers. There will be a clear set of rules in place. For instance, during sacred ceremonies, officers can turn off the cameras, but in the line of regular duties, there will be an expectation for them to have them on.
We're going to look at all of the policies and procedures and practices and process that we have. We're going to convene with our Crown attorneys and the courts on how was our redaction of the footage. How did all of those extracurricular activities that the public won't see that we will have to do?
Geniac expects the pilot to last 3 to 6 months. A severe thunderstorm yesterday rocked parts of Mattawa, downing trees, closing at least one highway and leaving hundreds of people without power. CTV's Eric Tashner has more.
Gazebo completely uprooted.
Terry Belanger was out barbecuing holiday Monday evening.
Took out part of my roof.
He made it inside just in time when dark storm clouds rolled in.
It shook me. It scared me, to be honest.
He estimates the powerful winds and treacherous rain blew down roughly 8 trees on his property, destroying his gazebo and leaving a mess behind.
One took out part of the roof of my house, and another part of the tree punched a hole through the roof the size of my boot.
The storm may have only lasted a few minutes, but in that short time, it left a lot of damage in its wake. Up the street, Daniel Dumont's power was out and his front yard cedar tree came tumbling down.
Then we start to look for shingle. We see pieces of shingle all over. So we come out to check, see where they were coming from. It was from the neighbor.
At 2 o'clock in the morning, we were woke up to a fire in the trees, and then at 4 o'clock we finally got to come back in because the hydro had to come and put out the fire.
OPP received no report of injuries. Police closed down Highway 533 temporarily so crews could remove fallen branches and trees from the road.
Try to avoid traveling if you don't have to, obviously during storm events, because there's potential risk of trees falling.
Public Works and Recreation crews out supporting individuals in the community. Trees count were probably into the 50s, 60s with private residents and businesses.
The Mattawa area is no stranger to storms and other natural disasters. The town is currently under a state of emergency due to flooding. Previous floods have washed through the town, and a devastating storm ripped through the nearby Samuel de Champlain Park last year.
Our people are resilient, they handle it well, and they trust us to work alongside them to get things taken care of.
I don't like to have those things, but there's nothing we can do about it. Comes, it comes.
With a long cleanup and in some instances a rebuild in store, there's nothing but a sense of deja vu in the air. Eric Tashner, CTV News, Mattawa.
One of Sudbury's most favorite seasons has been delayed, but it might not be because of what you think. Patio season is seeing a slow takeoff from the downtown core because of sand. Sudbury saw a late winter and then there was flooding. As a result, the downtown area still has a lot of sand across area streets. Those involved with the local business improvement area tell CTV News it has to be swept first before they can set up the patios.
I think we're going to see there's some construction happening on Elgin Street right now, so some of those patios have been affected, but we're also seeing new patios opening up in other parts of the downtown. So there's a few that are in the works that I've seen preliminary drawings of that I think people are going to be really excited about on Durham Street and on Larch Street.
The downtown Sudbury BIA has been told sweeping should happen in the next week or two. Sudbury is positioning itself to be a major hub for mine rescue training with a brand new facility. CTV's Madison Marier has more.
Ontario Mine Rescue announced the location of their new state-of-the-art training facility in Greater Sudbury.
The need is just, it's just so relevant here. Sudbury, the Greater Sudbury area is a world leader in mining, and they had a vision of being the safest jurisdiction anywhere on the planet, and we're in the safety business. It's going to save lives.
The location on Frood Road is near the Valley Stobie mine, which Ontario Mine Rescue says makes it the perfect area for their training.
It's going to be about 40,000 square feet for the classrooms, office facility, administration, as well as warehousing, fire hall, repair facilities. But the main focus of the building is actually going to be on the outbuildings. So it's going to host a rope rescue tower, a live firefighting area, confined space facility. So that's really where the first responders are going to be able to get some advanced training in a controlled environment.
The facility was a joint effort between WSIB, the City of Greater Sudbury, and Ontario Mine Rescue, with WSIB investing $125 million into the project and the city investing the land.
It's around $375,000, but that's the contribution of the city, right? We're contributing that land to the project, and it's a project for $125 million, right? So when you look at the value of the land compared to the value of the project, it's very minimal. It's less than 0.3%.
The facility is set to open in 2029 for Ontario Mine Rescue's 100th year.
We have a project manager in place, and designs are happening as we speak, and we're hoping to see, shovels in the ground by, hopefully in June.
Rideout says the facility will also be used to train police officers, the fire department, and the Ministry of Natural Resources. Madison Marier, CTV News, Sudbury.
It's time now for a short break here on CTV News. Coming up, I'll have your full weather forecast. But for now, look at the current conditions around the region. And it's starting to get cooler out there. It is going to be quite cool tomorrow. 10 degrees out there right now in Sudbury, 5 in Elliott Lake, only 1 in Kapuskasing. Cloudy skies across the board. That's going to continue into tomorrow. Your full forecast coming up after this. Welcome back. Well, we will be seeing some cooler weather on the way, but don't worry, it will be brief. Let's get into it with the full forecast, starting with the forecast radar. So we are going to see some cloud coverage throughout the next day or so, but then by the time Thursday rolls around, that's when we're going to see sunshine. Potentially some back-to-back sunshine depending on where you are. And then by the time the weekend starts, well, a little bit more cloud cover, but 7-day forecast starting with Sudbury, Nickel Belt. So overcast skies for tomorrow, only a high of 11, well below the normal for this time of year. Back-to-back sunshine, like I was talking about, high of 18 on Friday, getting closer to seasonal for this time of year. Cloudy skies rolling in by Saturday, and then a chance of showers on Sunday. For Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, cloudy skies for tomorrow. Only a high of 6 degrees, single-digit temperatures there, getting back up to double-digit by the time Thursday arrives with some sunny skies. Cloudy skies rolling in on Friday, and then a chance of showers on Sunday. But then by Monday, look at that, we're back up to 20 degrees, so above normal for this time of year. For Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, ooh, hate to see that. Chance of flurries for tomorrow. High of 6, 15 on Thursday, 18 though on Friday. That's a good start to the weekend, more like patio weather. Cloudy skies on Saturday, high of 17, a chance of showers on Sunday. For Timiskaming Shores, Kirkland Lake, cloudy skies. For tomorrow, similar story across the north, high of 9 degrees, 15 on Thursday, sunny skies, back-to-back sunshine there. Cloudy skies on Saturday, and then a chance of showers on Sunday. But by Monday, look at that, high of 21 degrees with a chance of showers. And finally for North Bay, West Nipissing, cloudy skies for tomorrow, high of 10, -1 for the overnight lows. That's quite chilly. 14 degrees for Thursday, high of 18 on Friday with sunny skies, overcast skies rolling in by Saturday, a chance of showers on Sunday, holding on to that same temperature throughout the weekend of 15 degrees. And then by the time Monday rolls around, we'll see a chance of showers. But look at that, Tuesday, high of 24. It's looking a little bit more summer-like out there, which is great news. A Timmins ophthalmologist is celebrating a major milestone. As CTV's Lydia Chubak tells us, a recent appointment with a Kapuskasing man was reason enough to blow up some balloons and mark the occasion.
Any flashing lights, any float.
A retired nurse is paying her ophthalmologist a visit to congratulate him on a recent achievement.
Timmins should be applauding the fact that he has, stayed here, remained here with us. Because I'll tell you, he's an incredible doctor, but the man came first, and he's a wonderful man.
Dr. Alejandro Oliver is the only ophthalmologist who's practiced full-time in Timmins for the past 17 years, and he recently treated his 15,000th patient.
We had a nice gentleman from Kapuskasing that he got the 15,000 chart number, and we had a little celebration. We made some balloons, to celebrate the occasion.
Millian says having an ophthalmologist clinic close to home eases a major burden for many northern patients.
Emotionally, it impacts you because where am I going to get the ride? Who's going to take me? Where do I stay? Who do I stay with? Do I have family? Do I have to get a hotel? So that in itself causes stress. And you don't want to have more stress when you're going in for a procedure.
Along with treating thousands of patients, Dr. Oliver has also worked with Timmins and District Hospital and its foundation over the past 3 years to expand ophthalmology services. The goal's been to encourage visiting specialists to stay in Timmins. New doctors in training from the University of Toronto, along with other specialists, visit each month, but recruitment remains a challenge. Oliver says harsh winters can be a deterrent, but adds the biggest challenge is finding employment opportunities for spouses.
Unless they have other connections in the north, or unless their profession is related to mining, healthcare obviously, and perhaps less so forestry, it can be difficult. So it tends to deter physicians from coming up.
Oliver says the need for eye care in the region is significant. He says rates of eye disease and blindness among younger people with diabetes remains high and can affect their ability to work and drive.
Dr. Oliver remains hopeful more ophthalmologists will choose Timmins, knowing there is an equipped office and an experienced team ready to support the growing needs of patients. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
It's Paramedic Services Week, and the City of Greater Sudbury recognized and celebrated the dedicated paramedics who serve our community. CTV's Lindsay Alick reports.
From retirees.
I started in 1989, so I was lucky in a sense to see the evolution of paramedicine. There's ups and downs in my career, like anybody. But the best moments was making a difference and taking care of people.
To 10 new hires.
I really wanted to be out there and helping people and doing what I can to help everybody at what they would consider the worst points in their lives. I consider it an honor and a privilege to be able to do that for them.
Paramedic Services Week 2026 celebrates the theme Better Care Starts Here.
We do about 35,000 calls annually through the 911 side. Right now we'll have upwards of anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000 patients rostered in our community paramedic program. So we're doing everything from offering clinics to shelters, integrated into housing units.
With the new hires, this brings the city's total to around 200 people working for paramedic services. Chief Archibald says while staffing levels remain stable right now, recruitment and retention continue to be a challenge.
We work very closely with our community colleges and partners here to ensure that once we hire new staff, that they're onboarded and feel committed, and hopefully will make Sudbury their home. But we've recently went to City Council, and we've got a new funding budget where we're training now advanced care paramedics.
He says 11 staff will graduate this fall through the partnership with Collège Boreal. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
People with seasonal allergies may be feeling the symptoms more severely this year. CTV's Karis Mapp has more.
If you feel like your seasonal allergies have been worse than usual this year,
it definitely is. It started early.
You're likely right.
A lot more sneezing, a lot more runny nose, itchy eyes.
Researchers with Aerobiology Research Laboratories say unpredictable spring weather dating back to March is to blame.
We got a little bit of nice weather, a little bit of pollen started flying, and then it got cold.
The cold lasting longer than anticipated.
Early pollinators like maple, alder, elm, and willow, those types of trees, they were delayed. And now we're still seeing those in the air, but they are starting to subside. And we're seeing a lot more oak, birch, pine is starting as well.
Causing a mixture of pollen to all hit at once, keeping local pharmacies busy with seasonal sufferers.
We'll start to see a surge of people coming in as soon as the mild weather hits. We have their allergies symptoms starting to come. So generally most people are bothered by sneezing, itchy eyes, really congested.
With more pollen released by male trees, municipalities may also be unknowingly playing a part by not planting females which produce fruits or flowers.
They generally like to plant male trees so that they don't have to clean up as much or spend as much money tidying up parks and streetways, etc.
Daniel Coates and his team even ranked the best and worst places to live for those with seasonal allergies.
The worst places are actually all around Kitchener to one degree or another. Windsor is the worst place in Canada if you have a pollen allergy, followed by Hamilton, Barrie, and Kingston.
With plenty of pollen swirling around the region, pharmacists are recommending some means for relief.
Corticosteroid nasal spray. So that's generally my first go-to to get the most symptom relief for the patient. But then we can go with eye drops if it's just allergies bothering the eyes, or if they don't want to use a nasal spray, we could also go with just a tablet as well.
Curbing the symptoms for the season's allergens. Karis Mapp, CTV News, Kitchener.
Many children like to play video games, and they may do it on their own tablet or computer, or maybe even your smartphone. While many games can be downloaded and played for free, some allow you to purchase add-ons that, if you're not careful, can really add up. CTV's Pat Foran has details.
Roblox is the best game in the whole entire world.
8-year-old Dominic loves Roblox, an online platform where users play games, hang out with friends, and build their own virtual worlds. The game itself is free to play, but users can buy premium avatar items, tools, and clothing within the gaming universe. Dominic wanted to make purchases and used his grandmother's credit card.
Like, how did I get access to her card? Went through her purse.
Lynn Ramsbottom of Wasaga Beach says over 2 months she had Roblox charges of $2,000. She doesn't blame her grandson, saying he didn't understand he was spending real money.
He said he was sorry, but I don't think he really understands the ramifications of, that kind of money being lost.
Ramsbottom reached out to Roblox about the charges, but she was told there were no refunds. When CTV News contacted the company, a spokesperson said the purchases were made through the Apple App Store. These charges cannot be refunded by Roblox.
The fact that he was able to find out everything he needed to use the phone and everything was unbelievable.
If you have children who play video games, Consumer Reports recommends setting up parental controls and creating passwords to prevent surprise charges.
Anytime they go to make an in-app purchase, whether that's for Roblox or literally anything on the App Store, you as the parent would get a notification on your phone that says, hey, your child is trying to make a purchase, accept or decline.
Using gift cards for games instead of linking a credit card can also help prevent overspending.
Once that gift card credit runs out, no more Roblox, no more whatever.
Ramsbottom says she's used the situation to help teach Dominic about money. He says he's learned a valuable lesson.
To not spend people's money and to be thankful for what I have.
Pat Foran, CTV News.
Students from Laurentian University were crowned champions at the 2026 International Mine Rescue Competition. The event this year brought 80 students from 9 post-secondary schools to Sudbury to compete. The home team won the title and achieved major success in the individual categories. The Laurentian team is part of the school's Mine Rescue Club, which is supported by several industry partners, including Ontario Mine Rescue and Valet. Still ahead tonight on CTV News. After Drake's logo-heavy coat went viral last week, a famous Canadian brand cashed in on the buzz. Details next. When Drake launched his new albums last week, one video featured him wearing a coat covered in logos from famous Canadian companies. Today, one of those companies capitalized on the free publicity by giving away their product to those who showed up wearing their own coats. CTV's Rahim Ladani explains.
Lined up for hours outside during a heat wave.
Came down here, I think it was 5:45.
I was here at, 4:37.
I came at 3.
More than 24 people camped out at the corner of King and Yonge Streets, all wearing faux fur coats, hoping to walk away with a comfy giveaway.
I need a new bed. I've been sleeping on my bed for like almost 15 years. I got a box spring, I got springs poking out my bed.
It's a clever marketing promotion by Sleep Country Canada, which came together in 24 hours after the release of this Drake music video. As part of the Toronto rapper's latest album release, Drake donned a fur coat with household Canadian businesses patched on. The mattress company quickly capitalized, giving away Queen Casper mattresses to the first 25 people who showed up dressing the part.
We wanted to lean into the moment. Drake obviously has such a strong resonance in Toronto and Canada from a cultural perspective.
Drake isn't part of the promotion, but in an online world where clicks generate revenue, his stunt is garnering praise on social media.
The whole internet is talking about them because the future of branding isn't in ads anymore. It's cultural association.
What's ironic is some of the people who showed up for the promotion aren't even really massive fans of Drake.
If I'm being real, I don't listen to Drake.
I'm a bigger Drake fan now, to be honest, you know.
Because why buy a mattress anywhere else if you can get one for free? Raheem Ladani, CTV News.
Finally tonight, a student baker from Sturgeon Falls is headed to a national competition. Janie Giroux, a grade 11 student from Franco Cité in Sturgeon Falls, recently won gold in baking at a Skills Ontario competition. She made 3 refined creations. The event was held May 4th to the 6th in Toronto. Giroux is now heading to the national competition, representing Team Ontario May 28th and 29th in Toronto. Good luck, Janie. And that takes us to the end of our newscast this Tuesday night. Thanks for watching. Good night.